Hey everyone, I just wanted to let you know that this is part 3 of the interview with John Walters. Part 1 is available on audio and video on our Patreon for free, and also the audio is available on our regular podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. In part 2, which is just available on video and audio on our Patreon, John talks about who's on his list. He has a list of people he feels very strongly about in a bad way. I'll let you listen to him. He uses some very bad language, which I would never do. Anyway, so you can check that out on Patreon. This is part 3, where he talks about the importance of authenticity in reality television, as well as what it was like to have the cameras around him. And finally, at the end, he talks about who his buddies are from the cast, which was almost more surprising. Anyway, hope you enjoy. So welcome to Kiki and Kivets, John Walters. How
Hello,
are you today?
how are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
People on reality TV should be at their most authentic. You're being filmed. You can't like somebody said to me, like, what was it like? Was it good when the cameras went home so you could be yourself? And I was like, I don't know, like, no, it didn't make any difference to me. It stuck a camera in my face. I'm like, what are you doing today? I'm like, I'm going to dinner with my mum. Ta-da. Like,
But we've already discovered that you're pretty authentic.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So and nothing was fake. Like nothing on our whole show was fake. There was no script. There was no nothing. Right.
Yeah. And they didn't try to bait you into saying things.
No, like nothing. I didn't even know it was a fucking thing. Like, and this is the truth. Like Rachel, I wanted to keep it a secret what we were doing, so I had a schedule of the things I wanted to do when she was here. And the show said, obviously Rachel doesn't know about it. Can you give us a schedule so we can plan stuff? Because we can't just walk around and film you. We actually have to have licenses and stuff for different locations.
That's right.
So I gave them my thing. There was a few things they said, we might have to change that because that doesn't work on that day, or we might have to go here. And they planned the hotels that they would stay in, and they planned where we were traveling based on my list, right? Rachel didn't know about it. So every day I was going to open the envelope and it was going to say, oh, today we're going here, today we're going there. Now I had stuff for a really specific reason. We went up Glastonbury tour, and it's up a hill and it's rain and it was like grassy. If we'd have got up there and Rachel said, fucking walking uphill, you know, this is shit, then I would have changed how I proposed because it was like an hour walk up a hill. So that was a little tester. Obviously, there were a few little things we had to do, or we were going to do anyway, like see my sister, but we scheduled it and Rachel didn't know about it. So we didn't have any prior conversation.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not like me and Rachel sat down and said, what should we do on Wednesday? And we said, oh, we're going to go see my sister. So when my sister turned up, or when we went to my sister, Rachel was like, oh my God, it's so nice to meet you. Like Rachel didn't know.
So you're saying because she didn't know, she was very authentic. There was nothing contrived
about what we were doing.
Yeah.
It's not because if Rachel had have been part of that whole planning process, Rachel would have said, Wednesday we're going to go to the London Eye, right? Then we would have said, oh, well, we can do it on a Thursday, right? And then we would be like, well, why don't we see your friends Matt on the Friday? Because she didn't know any of that. We literally got there. She was like, what are we doing today? I was like, She opened a thing. She was like, oh my God, that's the London Eye. And she didn't know we had tickets for the London Eye. Right? So then we went on the London Eye, and then Lucy cried the entire time we were there. And it was a really hard scene to film, being in a little booth with a crying baby. But nothing, the show never faked anything. Like,
wow,
we'd pull up somewhere in the car, and they'd be like, can you go back around the corner and give us 5 minutes? Okay. So then they'd sort something out, and then we'd come and do it again. But sometimes they were like, wait, I'm picking up an airplane. Can you say that again? And I'm like, I don't even know what I just said. Like, nothing was fake, right?
Yeah.
I never had a lifelong dream to go to America. Our relationship is because I want to be with Rachel.
Right.
That's it, right? So I never had a lifelong dream to go to America. This show was never about becoming famous and becoming an influencer, or getting a blue tick. But having a blue tick is pretty fucking cool. Like,
yeah. Well, now you are pretty famous. So how has your life changed?
Yeah, it's weird. I would never have been exposed to Big Ed, to Paul, to Larissa,
Oh,
to
Paul.
Jesse, to
Is
Darcy.
Paul
Yes.
not? But you didn't even mention Paul on your.
I was
cousin
gonna say,
meter.
I want to
But
hear
anyway,
about
please go
Paul.
on. You would have never been exposed to these scumbags.
Yeah. So this whole thing, whatever, like social media, I wouldn't have even known, like nothing. Yeah, none of that I would have done. So now I'm like, okay, I'm not like, how's that? I never wanted to be followed by 1 million people. I wanted 10,000 people to really like me, right?
Right.
And follow me. And when I say, hey guys, I've done this, they go, oh, that's him. I get messages all the time, unfollowing you. I thought you were better than that. I used to like you, but now blah, blah, blah. And I think, well, you haven't been paying attention then, because I'm the same person.
I'm
I've
the
always
same
been.
asshole I've always been.
Yeah. So that's it. So like, I don't know. I've been on Instagram. I just use it, but my feed is just filled up with other people's shit. Like I can't, because of all my followers, it just shows me other people's stuff as suggestions. Like I can't get away from it.
Right.
I've deleted loads of posts from when the show was on. So I've gone down. I hardly use it. Hardly post.
Yeah.
I unfollowed a lot of the cast members, not to be mean, because I love loads of them, but I just needed to stop seeing suggestions, right?
Yeah.
So trying to break away from consuming 90 Day Fiancé is really hard, right?
Yeah.
So on Facebook, I've unfollowed everyone. I kind of keep a lot of stuff muted. So now I spend a lot of my time on Facebook. So I got like a little I don't have many followers on Facebook, but it's a really cool little community.
Page.
Have you?
Yes, I have.
It's cool. I love them. I love the people on Facebook.
Yes, and I've seen your piano playing.
Oh, I was playing today actually. Yeah. So basically, now I don't want it to. I love Rachel, and she's a massive part of my life, obviously. But I'm still here. She's there. So now I can just like, instead of like posting, I don't know, like, you know, a lot of the guys, as soon as they get famous, they start having like professional photos taken randomly from fucking, oh, look at me, we're outside the fucking Walmart. Ew. And every week they're like wearing matching outfits, and you're just like, fucking losers. We're not like that, and I'm not like that. And I've never had the only fucking photos I ever take are the ones with the phone I'm holding in my hand. Like, so I don't really, but for me, Facebook this year has just become a really tight little community of people that I can just put my musings on there. I can just put, oh, I saw this today. And I can just post, and it can be like it was supposed to be. Social media, because people are fans of the show.
Right.
But over the years, a lot of them have all like unfollowed me or moved on, or, you know, got mad at me for posting something about Catholic priests and little boy bums. Like, I offend people all the time. And I'm like, well, okay, right? But I've shaken the tree so much that the guys that are left on like my Facebook are just great people. I know them. We speak to them. Yeah. Enjoy my lives.
Maybe we should start a Facebook page for our
Facebook's
I was gonna say, I know what you mean, John. I've offended a lot of people too.
I offend people daily. And we just cut something out of one of our videos because we realized we were being really offensive, that we got some shit for it.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well,
no.
So Mary's criminal activity vaping on the show.
Oh,
I'm just fucking around.
I never wanted to be an influencer, right? I never wanted to be an influencer, right? I never wanted to do that, so I don't do promos, right?
Yeah. I've never even heard you on a podcast though.
Do you know what? Like I have done promos for like some like I got some headphones. They're really good. They're like black AirPods, but they're not AirPods. They're just fake and cheap. They cost like 30 quid. And I said, look, I've bought loads of wireless headphones and they've all been shit. If you send me one of these cheap ones, like the cheap ones that you think are so good, I'll try them out. If they are good, I'll tell people they're good. And they sent me a free pair. I was like, get in there, right? That's good. That's good. I got like 30 quid. So I've done a couple of things like that, but but I can't lie. Like I had to do, I got offered $170. Now I'm fucking broke. I'm paying for stuff. Like everything costs me money, right? And they offered me $170 to do the promo. They sent me the script. I was like, I sent them an email that said, what about I just review it and make a video in my own way? And it was for, I'm going to do a little pitch now. It's for Opinion Outpost. You can earn money from doing questionnaires. It's easy, it's simple. You can earn money, blah, blah, blah. They give you money, you fill them out. Easy. Now, I'd never done a questionnaire. So I logged on, I got a free account, I filled out some forms, filled in all my details, because I wanted to see how quickly I could earn money. So I'm filling out these questionnaires, they're asking me questions, and it fucking went on, like it went on, and I fucking went through 2 hours of questionnaires. I was ready to fucking kill myself. I'm not even joking. My brain was fucking frazzled because the first thing I clicked on was political interest. So it was like, have you or have you not heard of Brexit? Blah, blah, blah. So it was like all these things, right? So it was asking me, like, it was the wrong topic, right? So it's just questionnaires. It's just so they can say, in our Gallup poll, 72% of people say they would rather have cut bread than sliced bread or whatever, right? But they do pay you because these companies have marketing budgets.
It's market research,
Right.
Yeah, market research budget, because they need to know what a man, that's me, likes and doesn't like, right? Great. So then I did some other stuff, did some video games I don't play, like stuff. Have you ever heard of No? And like, I'm dyslexic, so I found the reading hard. So then I have to make this fucking promo, and I did earn money. I did do it. And I'm like, Rachel, I've got to do this thing. So Rachel's like, just make it. So I just said, I was like this. I was like, people say opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one. Wouldn't it be great if you earned money with yours, right? I thought it was great, right? I sent it off. Yeah, I sent it off.
It's great.
Yeah, it's freaking good, isn't it?
I would love it.
I sent it off, and I used a little clip. I said, if you got some spare time and you want to earn some money, and it is real money, you can do it. I've earned some Amazon, and I did, right? But all the time, Rachel's like, "Are you gonna fucking do it? You said you wouldn't mind doing a promo. I got them, and I'm like, Rach, I need to use it." And she was like, "Just say you've used it." I was like, Rachel, I don't think you understand. I couldn't lie in this fucking promo.
Right. I need to use the product before I, do the promo.
And I said, Rachel, like, how can I fucking say I'm dyslexic and I struggled with this, and a questionnaire took me fucking hours, and afterwards I felt like I wanted to kill myself. She was like, well, don't say that because you're not going to get paid, right? I said, but that's just me. This was not right for me. I don't know how to put that into, like, and Rachel was just like, why don't you say, if you have some spare time and if you want to earn some money, this could be a really great way to you to earn some money. I was like, brilliant. So I did the promo and I was proud of it, right? And I used it and I earned money and I got Amazon. So it is real. And I'm not lying. Like, that's genuine. But that was hard money. That was hard for me. And I know other people would just go, hey guys, I've just tried out this new thing. You got me 75. No. And they're lying. They're lying. Like, so I see promos, I just think, you fucking liars. So I'm against the whole influencer marketing thing. And then Rachel does them, and like, like I'll be like, well, last week you were saying we had to like be careful with what we spent, and now you got a new juicer. She's like, oh, I got this for free with my. I'm like, you're getting juicers. I'm getting like nothing. So Rachel's actually really good. Rachel's like me. She won't endorse a product unless she's used it, right?
Yes.
But she's actually really good at doing stuff. She would have gone on there, done a questionnaire in no time. Like, but for me, I was struggling because I was like, it's not easy. I struggled. I found it really hard. And she was like, well, you don't say that. You just say you might. So I'm not an influencer. But getting back to what you asked, how has it changed my life? My social media presence, it's not a thing. Like, that's not like likes and ticks and all that other stuff don't really bother me. Like, I don't make money from that. But on Facebook, I can get stars, so I can go busking with my shitty piano playing, right?
Yes.
So I can earn some money. I've got some people that have joined. So yeah, Facebook is where I've been. And I work for a social media company at the moment. So it's a secret. I can't say which social media company. Not Facebook. Not Instagram.
Okay.
Another
Not
one.
Instagram, apparently.
Yeah. No, but no, not Instagram. No, yeah. And,
Okay.
but it's a secret. Well, it's a secret. Well, basically, it's not a secret. It's not really a secret. Basically, you know when someone applies for a blue tick,
Yes.
and somebody sits there and figure out who they are and then gives them a blue tick or doesn't give them a blue tick.
Okay.
That's what I do. Like, that's a big part of my job is verification. So if people found out where, I will
then
get
they would
so many,
they would try
yeah.
to influence you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So I would get so many, like, yeah. So that's why it's a little.
Can you
that's
get
why
us
it's
a blue tick?
I would love a blue tick.
So that's why I don't tell people. That's why,
I don't
yeah,
want a
that's why.
fucking blue tick. I don't want a blue tick.
But the thing is, right, it's another thing as well. Before I had the blue tick, I always thought that says Jackie Waters. That's not Jackie Waters. Does that said Jackie all along?
Yeah.
All right, idiot.
But who are you really?
Who am I? I'm John.
This whole time you've been lying to us. You're actually Jackie.
To us.
Yeah. We're gonna have to cut this video in half and do like 2 parts.
Yes.
No, just
long.
snip it. Just snip it away. Just snip it.
Yeah, but I want to hear about Paul on the Cunt-O-Meter.
Paul.
I know he's disgusting.
Paul. We were on the same season as Paul. We were on a season. He was on his second season. But his second season was a carry-on filming from the first season.
Yeah.
Right.
So they filmed loads with his first season, and they stuck it over 2.
You better be really high on your Cunt-O-Meter. Otherwise, we're not friends anymore. Paul better be.
So listen, fucking
he's a horrible person.
Paul was like one of the first people me and Rachel spoke to being on the show, him and David, and we spoke to a few others, and we were just finding our feet with like being in reality TV.
Okay.
And he befriended us, and he was, we were right, helping us. Oh, if this happens, that happens. Like being like an older person, a wise older, like somebody who'd known the gig, right? He knew what it was all about, right? Because we've never done this before. And
he's done a season and whatever.
So they had the tell-all, but our tell-all was filmed before the show was on TV. So I hadn't seen any of the episodes, right? So they were all filming it. So when they showed me clips, they were like, "This is your thing." It was the first time I'd seen any clips of us on the tell-all.
Wow.
And they show the other cast members. The other cast members see video as they show it to everyone, right? They go, "Oh, this happened, that happened," and then all the cast are sat on the sofa and they all talk about other people's relationships, in the sense that, like, Rachel saw the arguments with Jesse and Darcy.
Oh, okay.
They saw the
right?
So they found out. So it shows them like a 10-minute clip, like a 10-minute section of little clips, right? And they did that. And Angela was like, "Oh my God," she said to Rachel, she went, "Oh my God, girl, your wedding was beautiful. We are so amazing, right? We just got married. We got married in the first season, and we were married. Paul was married, but Paul was married like at the end of the last season. And since he got married, their relationship was on the down. They had a couple of like pregnancies, and they end talking about divorce. Michael and Angela, they were on the rocks, and they had their big argument, and they had lots of arguments. Jesse and Darcy were split up. Ricky had his 2 girlfriends in Colombia, and neither of them were still together.
Oh God,
right?
yeah.
So our whole season, every single couple. Oh, there was Hazel and Tariq. And Hazel and Tariq were still together, right?
Yes.
But on the whole, out of all the people that were there, most of them weren't in relationships, right? Their relationships were rocky, or they weren't in a good place. So we went there, we were happy, we were married, we had a beautiful wedding, this, that, and the other. As soon as Paul saw that, Paul messaged us and said, "Oh, you're definitely going to be unhappily." And I said, "I'm not definitely going to be unhappily. We haven't even been asked to, we haven't been asked." And he was like, yeah. He had his eye on getting on happily. That was his life goal. So at the tell-all, Paul had a bag, and there was Rachel's top put on the back of the chair, and Paul packed up his bags and put her shirt in his bag. Some producer came in, was like, well, it was in a minute ago. Somebody said Paul just packed up his bag. So they unzipped his bag and took out Rachel's jumper or Rachel's top. Innocent enough. Rachel said, Paul, one of the producers took my shirt out your thing because it was in your bag or whatever.
Yeah.
He said, oh, sorry, that must have been an accident. There was no problem, right?
Yeah.
Right.
We're on the show, blah, blah, blah. Things have blown up. Paul's been friends with us for like 10 weeks while the show's on. The tell-alls aired, like everything. Everyone's like, Paul is shit boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. And then Paul's ex-girlfriend posted with sarcasm interview about how he stalked her, controlled her, wouldn't let her leave the house, kidnapped her, whatever, like,
Yes.
It was a seething interview, right? And then the very next day on Soap Dirt turned up one that said Rachel isn't all as nice as people make out she is. She was mean to people at the tell-all, and other people said this, and it was like an insider said, and then it was like, and she accused Paul of stealing her jumper, like, and I thought, oh, okay, all right. And then I was talking to David like a few weeks before, and David said, oh, should we tell Paul that like TLC have paid for your visa? And we were like, I was like, no. And he was like, yeah, it'd be funny. Paul will blow his mind because he thinks you're going to get on happily, and he's not, right? Scrolling down through this fucking seething thing about Rachel, got to the last paragraph. It said, and the insider, the TLC insider, tells us that John and Rachel have had TLC pay for their thing. I thought, Paul, you fucking snake. Right?
Holy shit.
Right? And then I found out from someone else that he sells stories to fucking Soap Dirt.
Yeah, he does.
He was in bed with Soap Dirt and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
What Paul likes to be the fucking whisperer, the storyteller. He'd tell one person something and then go over to someone else, and then he'd fish for stuff. He'd say, like, he'd just randomly phone someone up and be like, oh, congratulations, I hear they're going to put you on another season. And he'd be like, well, no, I haven't heard that. And he goes, oh, yeah, that's what they're saying. There's a lot of talk. I speak to producers all the time. So he's a fucking snake, right? And I said to him, you're a fucking snake. And they went on Twitter and said about Jesse. He tagged Jesse on a post about me talking shit about Jesse. He said, I don't know why. He said, John attacked me last night, started swearing at me. He said, I don't know what time. It was at 4 o'clock in the morning. He must have been drunk, or he implied I was drunk, right? And I was like, I was up because I was getting ready for bed. Like, that's what time I go to bed. Like, but he implied that I was drunk and angry and attacking him. And I've spoken to him since. We speak all the time. Like, we do speak. But I say to him, I said, you fucking did that. And he was like, no, I didn't, honest. I said, yeah, you fucking did. I fucking know you did. And then he just said, like, Paul just said, well, TLC like us to be competitive. And I'm like, it's not competitive. You look like a cunt because your ex-girlfriend got an interview and talked about when you abused her. And what you wanted to do was make trolls hate us. So you posted lies about my family. Like, about Rachel. Rachel's fucking a sweetheart. Like, so I just think...
Isn't he a domestic abuser?
Do you know what? I spoke to him after, as soon as she posted that he forced her to oral sex or oral rape. I phoned him up. I said, mate, this is fucking, you got it. What the fuck, right? And he said, it's not true. He said, I haven't done anything like that. I can't believe she said that, right? And I was like, I said to him, mate, like, she's fucking done it. You're gonna be prosecuted. That's what the allegation is. Like, I've read it. And then like 3 weeks later, they're back together and they're making fucking sex tapes on OnlyFans. So I was just like,
right.
wow.
Yeah.
Like, what can I do? Like I spoke to him straight, and then she retracted the allegation. And then next thing I know, people are sending me screenshots of him sexing her in her bum.
Yes. I've seen those
and Mary
too.
sent them to me.
Yes.
So
and our ex-co-host who's gay, and he was like, I was like, stop sending Brad naked women.
Yeah. So and the thing is, I don't like revenge porn. Like, I don't like revenge porn. But it did say it said her OnlyFans, not where people abuse their exes or their partners by sharing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So I saw that the only fan page it came from was hers. It said Kareen, OnlyFans or whatever. It was just a couple of screenshots that someone sent me, right? And I didn't like him, but like I said, like I'm dead against sexual violence, sexual abuse. Oh, and that was another thing. Jesse sent photos of Darcy choking herself to a blogger to embarrass her after the tell-all, right? Just because he wanted her to look stupid because he looked like an orange-faced pumpkin. But anyway, getting back to Paul, I didn't like Paul, and I've always been like, Paul, you fucking did that, and I know you did. And Paul's like, no, I didn't. Right? So he's gonna deny that to his fucking grave, right? But I know he did, right? He fucking did it. I know he did, right? But I don't like revenge porn. Like, it's disrespectful. And when I saw that, it wasn't like Paul and Karini's / OnlyFans, right? It looked like a homemade sex tape that she was sharing on her OnlyFans. So I messaged him. I said, mate, I don't know if you know this is out there, but Karini is selling your sex videos on her OnlyFans, right? So as much as I didn't like him, and as much as I was like, mate, she's fucking accused you of raping her. He was like, I don't know why. Like, he said, I just want to be with her, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, I don't know why she's saying that. I'm like, because you're a fucking terrible husband.
Yes, exactly.
Like, that's what I thought. And I just said to him, like, he's like, but she's got mental health problems. And I thought, oh yeah, the girl's always crazy. All right. But what, like, but then she did retract her statement. They did blame it on the, whoever the fuck it is, the translator or something. So there was that. And another reason I fell out with Paul is when his baby was born. I don't know if you guys will remember this, but when his baby was born, Paul posted at whatever time, and she'd already had two miscarriages, late term miscarriages, right? And that's I couldn't even imagine how bad that would be. And Paul posted, it's getting late, I'm so worried, still no baby, send prayers or something, right? This was fucking like, this was long into the labor. Like, I didn't know if they were having a fucking, I didn't even know where she was giving birth, whether it was a home birth, whether they were staying at a hospital, right? So I'm a good person who cares about babies, like care about them. And Paul's like, send prayers, this and that. I don't, all I ever want for anyone who has a kid is that the kid gets born and the mum survives. That's all I want. Like, and Paul's like, send prayers. Fucking turns out the baby was fucking born and the baby was okay. The baby was born hours before. And I was
Paul's
just
a
like,
liar. He's a really big liar.
Yeah.
So
I
He's
was
on
just
my
like,
conto meter.
Yes.
Sorry.
An
Yeah,
attention-seeking control.
Yeah, exactly.
well, that attention seeking, all that stuff, all that bullshit, all that nasty, all that sociopath stuff, all that fucking stuff. He will get hit by a car so that he can phone TLC, be like, I was hit by a car, I don't know if I'll make it, maybe send a film crew. Like, he changed everything in his life to remain on TV. His life didn't just unfold the way it unfolded.
Right.
He
Not
created that environment, right?
Right.
And almost to the point that I think Karini is a prop in his weird sort of like, all that's in his life is being on the show, or all that was in his life was being on the show. And I felt like Karini was a prop. I felt like the kids were, the pregnancies, the miscarriages were all things that he could like get on the show. Like,
he's got problems. He really needs counseling.
I mean, like, honestly, I think to lie about your kid maybe or maybe not dying is a fucking bridge far. Like,
no, that's not okay.
That's really fucked up. Really fucked up.
Do you know what it is, right? It is. But he said after I called him out on it, he said that he had leakers, so he's just trying to find out who the leakers is. I'm like, okay, that would be fucking perfect. Like when he thought Karine was cheating on her and he leaked the pictures, he was like, people are spreading these pictures of Karine with another guy. We were like, yeah, you
are an asshole.
You are.
You're the fucking leak asshole.
No,
right?
he's just trying to find out, like, so he said he had leakers and he wanted to find out who was leaking, right? So,
but it was him.
Yeah.
He's got problems.
I think he wanted to drum up some drama, get some social media interest to try and make social media engagement. That's the only thing I can think. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, me and Paul, we don't not get, like I say, we don't get on. I speak to Paul, like but I still say to him every time I speak to him, you did fucking say that about Rachel. He's like, no, I didn't. I said, yeah, you fucking did. Right? Yeah, you fucking did. As for his kid, I don't know if he's trying to find a leak or whether he was trying to drum up stuff. But at the time, I remember thinking, you don't like fucking how the like I've never made a child, right? I've never made a child, but there's something inside of me that is just like, how the fuck can just for a moment?
No, that's messed up. I don't.
It is messed up, isn't it?
It's also like
it is.
I'm not like superstitious, but I kind of am. That seems like incredibly bad karma.
Yeah, like it would. Like I don't know what the end goal was, because the only goal I can see is just having more people share stuff, because it went viral. Like people were like, oh my god, what's happening? Oh my god, right? The baby's fine. Karine's breastfeeding it, right? She's alive. She's not bleeding. And he sat there in the canteen of the hospital or in their fucking apartment, and he's like, oh, it's a bit touch and go. Like, and that is where I'm just like, fuck.
Dude,
like, how?
Seriously.
Yeah, dude, yeah, seriously. So me and Paul are different, and he's a liar. Like,
he's a big liar.
He's a liar.
Yeah.
But I don't
You guys are way different.
But you wouldn't put him in the cunt category. You just put him in the seriously needs help category.
But I don't think they're coming back on the show. I just think they're just gonna make porno movies till the fucking end of dawn now. Like,
honestly, it's so weird. She was like so pregnant too, doing that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god! And they did it right after she gave birth, like within days after her giving birth. They were making movies again. It was like,
although I really shouldn't judge people for that. I think that, and that's a legitimate choice.
But this is it, right? This is it. If it was different, like if they were getting divorced and they'd broken up, and she was sharing old videos, that they made, I think that would be completely wrong. Right.
Yeah. Right.
If they're completely broken, the only thing they've got as income is like
cameos and OnlyFans.
Yeah. If that's what they're doing, like I just think that they can do that, right? I've got no problem with them doing that. But he's a fucking odd. He's odd. He's fucking odd.
He's creepy. I'm sorry. Yes. He's super creepy.
Creepy AF.
Yeah.
Creepy AF as fuck. Okay. Americans love acronyms, don't they? Like,
Mary especially loves them, but
yeah.
Sometimes I have to look hers up in Urban Dictionary, but I don't tell her that. I just try to act cool.
Who do you guys hate the most? Like, who are you just like, do you know what?
Big Ed. I hate Big Ed.
Big Ed.
I think Paul is a total jack off,
Why don't you reach out to Big Ed and invite him on? Just say, look, we're gonna do some interviews, we're gonna have some mystery guests, it'll be great fun, and
have you on?
Bring me on. Yeah, that'd be amazing. I'll be a fucking,
hopefully he won't see this now, because yes.
Yeah.
I'll reach out to him, Brianna.
I will.
Everything.
I'll reach out to him. Okay, we'll do it.
I messaged him. I said, I'm surprised you haven't blocked me yet. He said, why? And then I sent him all the stories that I'd sent of him. He blocked me within seconds. It was hilarious.
I would love to have a face off with you guys. That sounds fun as hell.
Oh,
Yeah,
We'll do it.
yes.
We'll do
yeah, that'd be
anything.
amazing.
Yeah.
That would be
I
amazing. But
cannot
the
tell
thing
you
is,
how
I just
much
wanna
fun
say
it
to
is
them,
talking to you. You seem so authentic. I wish we could hang out. I really do. And
"Oh,
Rachel, she seems
Yes,
awesome.
definitely.
well,
Yeah.
you guys are great. Thank you for ruining your 4th of July to speak to an idiot."
Oh no, please.
I don't think you're an idiot, au
Mm.
contraire. I think you're really, really smart.
Yes.
I think you're brilliant, and I think we're wasting time not having. I think you should really replace Ted Cruz as governor of Texas.
Definitely.
Do you know what? I would, but I think Beto O'Rourke would be a much better candidate for Texas because he understands the Texas ways. Bigger is better and all that. I think governor of New Mexico would be perfect.
That would work.
That'd be perfect.
That would work.
Yeah.
And I think you can only bring good things to us, and I really appreciate how much time you've spent with us today.
No, I've really enjoyed.
It's
Thanks
been a
for
fucking
letting me.
blast.
The
Oh
thing
my
is, like,
goodness,
I've
it's been
avoided.
so much fun. So much
I've
fun.
avoided, like, I get messages all the time, and they're like, "Hey, you know, you fell out with Jesse. Can you get?" And I just think, and I just think people like I think a lot of people, and maybe enough times passed, and it's like, if I can say what I want, like
Yeah.
I don't care. A lot of people
Yeah.
are worried about the contract. Oh, you can't talk because
Right.
you're out of contract.
Yeah.
The contract's really specific. It's got 2 points.
Yeah.
Not allowed to give away spoilers or plot twists. That's the first
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
You can't do. Can't give away spoilers and plot twists, and you can't talk about production, right? And I'm
Well-
thinking, but nothing was fake. Like, I can talk about
Right,
production.
right.
Like,
Yeah.
they didn't, like, I can say there was a cameraman and
Right.
Rachel was wearing a radio.
Right.
And but what they're talking about is other stuff, which doesn't apply to my filming. So I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
like,
Okay.
I'm not like, so other people are like, I can't talk about that because of filming.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
all right. Okay, so you're either going to be in a season or
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
did a load of stuff. There's no.
Right.
So
right.
so I feel free and like.
And you
a lot
never
of
want to
people-
go on again, right? That's what I've heard about you, that you never want to do.
No, not that. We would do happily. Like we you know, we've said to them, like, we don't want to do diaries. We don't want to do
Yeah.
nothing. We would
Yeah.
do happily.
Okay.
Yeah.
But not the next time Rachel comes to the UK. So
Right.
whether my
Yeah.
visa comes or I get an interview, whether I
Yeah.
go to America,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
we
Right.
don't know. But we said, like, we would
You would
do
do
a
it,
season of
yeah.
happily. But the problem is, and this is a real big problem, we don't have people talking shit about us. We don't have family members being naysayers. We don't have friends talking shit. We
No
don't
Yeah.
have-
So
drama.
it's boring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no drama.
So
yeah.
what do you want to film? Do you want to film me and Rachel going to the park with the kids? Maybe
Right.
you want to film us going shopping. Maybe you want to film us cleaning. Like,
Right.
what
Not
do you
that
want? Like,
interesting. Yeah.
Right.
yeah, and that's it. Like,
Mhm.
and it's not a culture shock. I'm not going to go to America and open up a packet of butter and be like, "Oh, what is this?" and bite into it. You know, I'm not going to be
Mhm.
eating. Like, it's not going to be a culture shock.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
know,
So
the-
there's no storyline, it sounds like what you're saying.
I
Right.
think, and so we've said to them, we said, if you want to film a happy in love couple that completely
Yeah.
love and respect each other, then
Right.
yeah, come, yeah, you
Yeah.
can film us.
Right. Yeah.
Too
Too bad they don't have like 90-day beatdown special, and then we could get like Big Ed versus John Walters.
Do you know
Oh,
what?
yeah,
Like,
You know?
do you know what I've seen? Like, a lot of these exhibition fights, right? And they're doing all this fighting and stuff, right? And I thought they used to do that thing, didn't they? Celebrity fight night.
Yeah.
Didn't
Yes.
I meant
Yes.
more like arguing, not like literal violence, but
No,
yeah,
but-
that was a
they? Yeah,
thing.
but no, I thought
That was a thing.
Oh, was it? Was it just arguing? Was it?
No, what you said is a thing.
Yes.
But I was
Yeah.
saying,
You said
I
was a
wish
Like-
they would have like verbal you versus Ed.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, but it's
because you
almost
would
like,
kill him.
And
like a
then you
lot-
versus Jesse.
But the problem
Yeah.
is, like, a lot of people, even Jesse, Big Ed, everyone, all those, the people who want to be influencers and the people that are on the show
Yeah.
to be famous, you know, they say no publicity is bad publicity.
Yeah. mhm.
Yeah.
All that
Yes.
means is if you disrespect your wife, your family, and her family disrespect you, and you have a best friend or, you know, whatever disrespect in your marriage, and people are talking about you in Touch
Yeah.
Weekly, then
Yeah.
that's great, right? But me, I'm a man who loves my family. And when people talk shit about me and Soap Dirt and Sarcasm and In Touch Weekly and all those other junk things write shit about us, I fucking email the editors. I'm like, this is wrong, delete this, right? And they never reply. Like, I don't want bad publicity. I don't want
John is sending emails. Fuck you, delete that.
I just want to do a short podcast series. It's like John Walters versus the world. And then we just keep having different guests on for you to talk.
But the craziest thing is, like, I don't know, I just, like, with Soap Dirt, or Soap Dirt, I got their story and I crossed out everything that wasn't true. There was about 15 words left. They would say stuff like single mum of 2. I'm like, well, she's married, so shut the fuck up. Cross that out.
There you go.
Right. It's in New Mexico. John is unable to come to America due to a visa. I'm like, due to a criminal record. I'm like, actually, it's not. I have a pending visa, right? And I haven't had an interview yet. That's why I'm not in it. So I crossed that out, right? And they just went through, and I just crossed everything out because I don't feel that any publicity is good publicity.
Right.
But I think fans love drama, and I think cast members like giving drama.
Yeah.
Right. And wouldn't be exposed to these people if I wasn't on the show with Rachel, right? So I'm with Rachel. All of a sudden, my feed's filled up, right?
Yeah.
And I don't like drama. I don't like arguments. I don't like it. But I also don't like wrong ones. I also don't like things that are wrong. So I don't know. Maybe 90 Days could do like a 90-day fight night. Just put everyone in a cage.
Yeah. 90-day cage fighting.
Yeah.
A battle royal. A big battle royal.
Yeah. But I don't know. Like people.
No, but I think we should. I think we will reach out to Big Ed.
Yes,
I would love
definitely.
To fucking. Yeah, we could at least try and see if he hangs up when he sees you. But I bet you he thinks he's so much smarter than you.
And I want to reach out to Jesse too.
Yeah,
I want to reach out to Jesse. I want to see if Jesse takes the bait.
But the thing is, these like I don't send them DMs, right? If I see a post about them and they're like, oh, look at Larissa living her best life, and I'll be like, Happy Mother's Day. Oops, never mind, right? It like if like Jesse turned up as a suggestion on Facebook, right? Jesse turned up as a suggestion on Facebook, and I just wrote, "What a cunt!" Right? Within 10 seconds, he blocked me. Right? Like they've all blocked me. They all of them. Like they all blocked. Like.
See, that's the difference between me and these cunts. If you would have wrote "what a cunt" in my Facebook page, I would have wrote to you back, "fuck you, cunt."
No, I can't even remember what it was. Like, I can't even remember what it was, but he turned up on my suggestions, and it was a post he put on. Right. And it was regurgitated shit from a South Out book. It was like, seize the day, you can do it, the power's within you, you know, fucking whatever. Like the hopeful, inspirational quote from a 14-year-old arm car. Like, fucking jog on, you belter, right? And I can't remember what I said.
Sounds like a bad.
Oh, no, I know what it was. A fucking... There was an influencer who was on a plane, and she was in economy. And as she was walking through the plane, she sat down in fucking business class and took a photo, right? After she took the photo and said, like, living my best life, she went back to coach, right? And they put it in the newspaper. They said, this fucking influencer. And I tagged Jesse in it. I said, Jesse, I remember when you used to do this, right? Fake it till you make it. Right, and within seconds, he deleted me. So like, I don't go and find him or I don't trial him. I just don't like him. But I don't want to get in arguments with people. But I just can't escape him.
But Big Ed,
yeah, I'll come fucking say hello to him.
Okay.
I'll
that sounds good.
just have a disguise. Should we do it? Like, I'll put a hat on, some glasses.
Yeah, and change your voice. Be like, hello.
I'll be like, what? Hello there. Hello
Be like,
there.
Big Ed.
Put on
we
your
have a
best
super fan."
Southern American accent.
Yeah.
There you go.
How now?
Talk like a
Miguel?
30s American from the South. Yeah.
You know, I think you should. I think you should say to Ed, "Hey Ed, great, how things going? Just a question. Why do you fuck women that sleep in? Second question, why do you think Darcy's girls are hot even though one of them's a fucking child? And why does Rose look like a 15-year-old? Like, because just say to him, hey Ed, like I think like maybe if the woman you had sex with can't buy alcohol without ID, you shouldn't probably have sex with them. Like that's my rule of thumb. That's a good
He's
rule.
older than me. He's older than me.
Yeah.
Now I'm fucking old as shit.
But I want to win. I want to win. I've been with you for ages, so you're gonna have to cut this up. Like,
okay, yeah, we are. We're gonna have to have
Oh
two
no,
parts.
it's okay. Don't worry.
No, but we're just we just do it in 2 parts. That's all.
I wanted to say like there are some like absolutely amazing people like, and I'm friends with people you would never believe that I'm friends with, right? And I consider.
Well, you
them,
already surprised me with Paul.
Well, we're not. Yeah, like we're not friends. He's fucking odd. Like. I don't know if he's abusive. Like I thought he was, and then I kind of see him as it's all staged. So you know, like WWF.
Okay.
You know, in WWF wrestling, you have a heel and a baby face. You have a good guy and a bad guy.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And the heel's job is to go out and get booed.
Mm-hmm.
And the more he's booed, the better the victory when the baby face beats him. Right. WWF is staged, right? But it's the bad guys, right? I almost feel like Paul's drama. And Paul's cheating, not cheating, or pregnancy tests, STD checks. Oh, we're going to break up. We're not going to break up. I almost feel now that all of that was for TV. Like,
yeah, it could be.
Yes.
I don't even. I'm like, they're still together making sex tapes. Like, I don't even know how to be like.
Yeah, right. Good point. Good point.
And it's not on her. It's not on his. Like. He's not made OnlyFans. She made an OnlyFans, and he's. I don't know. So I did have a problem with Paul when he did that stuff about Rachel. So we didn't speak for a long time, and now I think he did do that. The baby thing, I don't understand. I don't understand why social media engagement would mean more to him than saying my wife is okay and my baby is alive.
No kidding.
But yeah, the people that I am friends with. Are you ready?
Yes, let's hear this.
Right. The one I love the most, and I fucking love her, like she fucking makes me laugh maybe every week, is Debbie, Colt's mom.
Right? She is funny.
Yes. Okay.
She's fucking hilarious, right? She's fucking hilarious. Like, I just adore her, right? And so we speak all the time, and she's my number one fucking, she's funny. And I'm gonna get her on my Facebook soon because I think it'd be hilarious.
This is gonna be a promo right here. Find out who John Walter's favorite 90 Day cast member is.
Yeah, David.
This is gonna be a promo for this. Patreon.com/KeekingKibbitz.
Yeah, okay. David from David and Annie. Annie's adorable, but David, I would consider a friend. Like, right from the beginning, David said, I will never ask you about what's going on in your private life, or your story. He said, stuff does leak. Keep your story close to your chest. And I was like, that's really good. So when I speak to cast members, I don't speak to them about where they're living, where they're not living. I just never involve myself with that. I'm interested in them as a human being. Like, how are you doing today?
Right.
So it's not about where they are, right? So David's always been he's always been that guy that was always straight. Like, there's a lot of snakery going on behind the scenes. I don't think people realize how turbulent it is. And that's why when stuff blows up and two people fall out, everyone's like, oh my God, why are they falling out? It's because of like stuff like Paul being a snake, and that stuff happens.
Right.
So David, David's adorable. Somebody else who I've gotten to know who I've gotten to know quite well is Devon from Devon and Jehoon.
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
friends with both of them.
Yeah.
I was friends with both of them. And then just before COVID, or just before the lockdown, she told me that things weren't going great with Jehoon, that he was a different person, that this and the other. And I was like, I love Jehoon. Like, he's going to be a stepdad, or he's going to be a dad. Like, and we just started speaking. And even before, like, long before they broke up, they were still filming at the time. So it was all a secret. And I hate secrets. I don't know if you know. But
yeah,
so,
you let it all hang out for sure.
So I knew way back before her YouTube that things weren't great, and she didn't like the person he was with the girls, with Drusilla, right? So I knew that right back then, and we were on like a group chat, like me, Devon, and Jehoon online, where we could all talk to each other, and it translates it into Korean, and that was cool. And as soon as I found out that he was a little bit abusive and he was not the person she thought he was, and he was mean to her eldest, I was like, get the fuck out of there. Like, I'm fucking, like, I'm not down with any of this. But she said, oh, but I'm stuck here. What am I going to do? I need to get my YouTube sorted. So I said, yeah, YouTube, just do it. And she said, oh, but I've only got old videos. I said, post them, start making videos. And she's got 100,000 subs now. She's done really well. You know, and everyone was like, well, if Jehoon was so abusive, why are you posting family videos of you in January? I'm like, I know why. Because he's not a good husband, and she wanted to create an opportunity with YouTube to make money. Like, and then she did that. They had lockdown. She said, I'm going back to the US. And she came back and stayed there. So I've got so much respect for Devon, because right from day one, she was bullied and trolled like relentlessly.
Yeah.
And a lot of people said, oh, she's a shit mom. The kid's a brat, blah, blah, blah. Lucy is adorable, right? Lucy terrorizes Rachel. She terrorizes her, right? And Rachel gets stern with her, right? And sometimes she just lets her cry out. I don't know how to say no to her. So I'm like, hey, Lucy.
How old is she?
She's 4, right?
Yeah.
And people were like, well, it's okay for you. Lucy, they were like, Lucy's the best baby in the world, right? Devon's kid was naughty. And I'm like, Devon's kid was 3 years old.
And 3 is the worst age for kids until middle school.
Oh, yeah.
They say terrible 2. That's a fucking lie. Terrible 3. Because they're verbal. And then they just turn into little tyrants.
I remember what the first day of filming like was for us. We were scared. We were nervous. We'd never seen a film crew before. And Devon was filmed on the first day of filming. And she had 10 people in her house, lights, cameramen, and a toddler that was showing off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Now, Devon had a choice. Devon could say, stop that, I've told you, blah, 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 right? She could be stern with her kid. And everyone would be like, you're a shit, man. Why are you abusive? Right? Yeah. Or Devon could go, oh, I don't know what to do. Right? And they don't stop filming. Like they ask you a question. If something's going wrong, they just carry on. So like I saw the video, and I saw Devon's kid like playing up or like showing off. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. And Devon didn't tell her off, and people were like, that kid needs discipline. I'm like, okay, I'll send a film crew around your house. You discipline your kids on national TV. Right. And we'll see.
And then you deal with the backlash.
Yeah.
And it's not even that. Even if you were stern.
You don't even know what to do. Yeah.
And even if you were stern, and all things are proportional. So if you were stern, you gave them a timeout. They went for a timeout, this and the other, right? And then they were naughty later. You don't know how much of that film is going to be edited up to make it look like you were telling them off. And then 2 minutes later, you were telling them off again. There might have been an hour in between. So I know that I thank my lucky stars that when I was filmed with Lucy, she couldn't talk, she couldn't walk, and she was a baby. Like, honestly, Lucy now being filmed would be really hard work, right? Really hard work, because they still got to film stuff. She'd get bored. She want to do this. She'd show off. She gets stuck. She's really stubborn. And Rachel sometimes gets frazzled like any parent does, right? And so
toddlers are no joke, man.
So when
No, they're not.
when I was seeing thousands of people call Devon a bad mom, say a kid's unruly, a kid's a brat, like Devon needs to teach a kid discipline, blah blah blah, and at the same time, Jehoon was like, oh my god, he's so sweet with her, he's so good, like he's gonna stepdad, this and the other. And Devon's telling me that no, things aren't all what they seem, and it's horrible how like Jehoon's like being portrayed as like such a like as a step up dad,
right?
When she said like, you know, she was saying like things aren't going well, and I was really disappointed for Jehoon, like not being the person who I thought he was. I was like, I love it, he's great. So Devon is another person who I've got so much time for, and Nicole is another one who like, yeah, me and Nicole, we go back, boom boom, yeah, she's my homegirl.
Oh,
which is fucking
okay,
bonkers,
you're right. I'm totally shocked.
I'm like,
that's
she's had
Devon and Nicole, these have shocked me.
Yes, Devon and Nicole.
They've had some time off, right? She's had some time off, but she's really funny. Loads of people are like, why leave a pose? Oh my god, it's been ages. It's like, you aren't supposed to get married the first time you meet someone. She wasn't on 90 Day Fiance. She was on I'm meeting you for the first time. Right. He had a visa, they needed to stay for it. Second season comes along. Every season you get paid a little bit more money. Do you want to do another season? Yeah, because I'm going to go back and I'm going to see him again. Right? That's normal, right? Then she ends up on Happily. That's the big time, right? Then she's on Happily, right? And she's like, she's a good mum, right? She's a good mum. And people were saying to her, it's fucking disgusting, you're taking me to meet another guy you don't even know, right? And I think, yeah. They said, it's not like you and Rachel. I'm like, no, because I married her after 15 days together, right? And because I want to adopt Lucy, and because I'm white. That's fucking the way I see it. Like, if I was Moroccan or African or Mexican, would people be saying to me, I don't know, like, so I didn't see anything wrong with her taking Nicole to see it. But if she'd have left the kid at home to go and meet him, people would be saying, oh my God, you left your kid behind. Like, how can you meet your kid behind and go chase some dick? So I think, yeah, that's okay.
Are they still young. Together?
I can't tell you. Sorry.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Okay, sorry. My bad.
No, I mean, I can't tell you.
I don't know all the rules.
No. So basically, like, I saw Nicole as a young mother who met this guy. He's got a nice body, this and the other. And this is why I like Nicole, right? How many mothers tell their daughters it's what's on the inside that counts, right? That's a staple of, like, you know, be your best, right?
Yeah.
What's on the inside that counts. And yet, the fucking whole world was looking at Nicole and looking at Azan with a nice body and saying, well, you're overweight and he's got a nice body, so you're delusional, you're lying. Why would he ever love a girl like you, right? And the only thing is she's overweight.
Right.
So what they're saying is all these people saying that she's mental, she's crazy, are saying, like, I don't believe what's on the inside of my daughter counts.
Right.
And I see Nicole. She's terrible. A beautiful. She's a beautiful soul person, right? She's kind. She loves her family. Like, she loves her daughter. She's a kind soul, right? She is. And I don't know if Azan was using her for a green card. I don't know anything, right, of what his actual intentions were. But I know that they were in a relationship for a long time. I know that they video called. I know that she went to see him. I know that they were in a long distance relationship. And a part of me is almost like, maybe he fell in love with her on the phone, her personality, her words. Like, and I did fall in love with somebody over the phone, right? Rachel didn't know how tall I was before we met. She didn't know anything. I didn't know how tall she was. Like, this is what we saw. It was just words. She fell in love with me, my inside, and when I brushed my hair, right? And I fell in love with her and her beautiful brown eyes and a smile that, you know, was kind, right? So maybe the romantic part of me thought that, like, maybe I know that Azan could fall in love with her, right? Because it didn't matter about her weight, and he could fall in love with her,
right?
And maybe the romantic part of me wants to believe that, you know, anyone can be loved, and you know, the fact Azan's got a nice body doesn't actually mean anything. Because if her weight doesn't mean anything, then the fact he's got a six-pack doesn't mean anything.
That's
like,
right.
how many women have dated guys that have had good bodies, good jobs, and big dicks, but then ended up breaking up with them because they cheated, or because they lied, or because they were bad with money, or because they gambled, right?
Exactly.
You can have all the best attributes in the world,
right?
But you still end up an ex,
right?
Yes,
exactly.
So Azan's body and the fact he goes to the gym, but like, everyone's got a six-pack when they're 16. Like,
yeah, right.
Like,
yeah, I know.
like, I remember school, like, it's like fine, like, you get old, it's fine, right? So in my head, I'm like, his six-pack doesn't actually define whether he's good enough for her, right? Then her weight doesn't define whether she's incapable of being loved by someone with a six-pack, right? The fact he's Muslim and the fact he's Moroccan, right? Maybe that's why he doesn't want to go to America, right? I remember when they filmed me our first fucking night, Rachel had a shower, got into bed, put my t-shirt on, right? They said, oh, it's got a logo, can you wear it inside out? So Rachel went and got changed, right? They said, well, we need to end the day, so you guys get into bed and say goodnight, and then we go, right? So I'm sat in bed with my future wife for the first time with fucking 20 people in my bedroom. Like, right?
Very romantic.
Yeah, and they're like that, right? And I've never felt more uncomfortable in my life. So I was like,
yeah.
And Lucy just started crying, and she gone to bed. She started crying, and I've always had this dream that, like, when my kid's in bed, I'll go and open the door and check on them a little bit, and then hear them breathing, and they'll be like, they're okay, and then close the door. Right? Yeah. That was a dream I've always had. So this was the first time Lucy was in bed. She was crying a little bit, or stirring, and all these cameramen were there, and I was like, Lucy started crying. I was like, I'll go check up on her, right? No, I wanted to go check up on her, and I wanted to get the fuck out of there with everyone, with the cameras in my face. And Rachel thinks it made it look like I wasn't interested in her, right? Rachel had just had a shower. She'd had her hair up, and she had no makeup on. And the shit Rachel got for that, everyone was like, Rachel needs better birth control. That they were like, that t-shirt is great birth control. John couldn't get out of there fast enough. She didn't want to be with him. So I'm like, that's not the way it was. And I could almost imagine, like,
I just thought, man, this guy is good father material. He's beautiful.
Right?
That was exactly how I saw that.
I know, me too.
No, I didn't see it that way.
Stupid.
But people expected Rachel to put her makeup on, and other people do. You watch, I don't know, fucking look.
I would have makeup
look
on.
At Chantal. Look at Chantal.
I would do that though.
She'd have her eyelashes, her makeup on.
Right.
She'd be like, I'm ready for bed.
Wakes up with makeup on. I know.
It would be a cold day in hell before I'd be on TV with no makeup, for real.
But we got ready for bed. We were like,
right.
We were getting ready. We were like, she'd had a long day, so she had a shower.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna go jump in the shower and wash my dick. Then I'm gonna come back with my shampoo, and like we're gonna
with
like,
your conditioner.
With your conditioner.
With my conditioner. And so Azan and Nicole, I saw his awkwardness, and they said to me, they filmed me out. They got me outside the bedroom. They were like, so how's it gonna go tonight? And for some reason, I had my hand in the air. I was like, it's either gonna go really well, or it's gonna go really badly, right? So I'm like, I don't know. So they've got me outside my bedroom, like, right? I don't know what to say. They were like, so what are you up to tonight? I was like, and then I was like, but my mum's downstairs, right? What was I supposed to say? Like my mum was downstairs, Rachel was in there, and they're interviewing me just before like I go to bed. Like it was fucking awkward. So when Nicole was like trying to be romantic and hold his hand, and she was trying to kiss him and stuff, I can almost get why he was like,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And being Muslim too, you can't do that stuff
Yeah.
outside of marriage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think, right, and all the messages like, oh my God, is he ever going to marry you? Is he ever going to marry you? I was like, they've only been together 4 years. Like,
Right.
like the show's 90 Day Fiance, but she
Right.
doesn't have to fucking marry him.
Right.
Like they're in a long distance relationship. Maybe they don't want
Right.
to get. Maybe she could. Maybe they don't want to get married till he gets a visa.
Yeah.
Like I got
Right,
married because
exactly.
Yeah.
I wanted the right to fight to be with my family, and I
Yeah.
didn't want to
Mhm.
ask permission. And asking for
Yeah.
a K1, I still would have needed a waiver, so I would have gone for a K1 application, and then I would have applied for a waiver. And then I would be asking permission if I can come to America and marry my future wife. And I didn't want to do that. So that's why we got married in the UK. But everyone giving Nicole shit, and I'm thinking, for what? Like, for what? You're all like, I don't know, like women
Yeah.
have a right not to marry someone because someone else
Of
tells them to.
course. But I
Right?
think she wanted
But-
to marry him. No, she doesn't.
No,
Well, we
like,
don't know.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
like, you know, that was it. She wanted to marry him.
Yeah.
Yeah, she, you know, they were in a relationship, wanted to get married.
Yeah.
They wanted to
Yeah.
get K1, and
Yeah.
everyone's like, "Oh my God, he's stealing her money. She's sending him money." I'm like, yeah, but here's what people don't realize: Nicole was the pathfinder for like before the 90 days.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody knows that on 90 Day Fiance, the foreigners on the K1 visa
Yeah.
can't work. So
Right.
the foreigner can't get paid. Right.
Right.
So the American gets paid.
Right.
Yeah, the American gets paid, and the foreigner in the US doesn't have a green card.
Right.
TLC or anyone can't pay them any money.
Yeah. Oh,
But
yeah.
Azan wasn't in the US.
Right.
Azan was in Morocco. They could fucking
Right.
pay him, but
Yeah.
they didn't. Because she
Right.
was the first season, they just paid
Yeah.
him the old way.
Right.
So they paid her.
Okay.
like, all
Oh,
the
so
other-
she was paying. I got you. So she was
Right. So
sharing
she
the
was
money,
paid
yeah.
everything, and then she shared the
Got it,
money with
yeah,
us on.
yeah.
Okay.
But she didn't give him half. She gave him less than half, because he said, because you've got May, take
Right.
more than half and just give
Right.
me.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that was that, because when I started the
Yeah.
show, I was like, so where do you want my bank details? Because I wasn't
Right.
getting, like, I was just like,
Yeah.
I'll send you, like, and then before the 90 days, then they do pay the foreigners because
Yeah.
we're foreign.
Yeah.
So
Right. Right.
I don't know, and that's what I thought was really funny with Jesse. Jesse was like, I've never got paid a penny because I'm a foreigner. I'm like,
You got paid. Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
like, yes,
I
you
got paid.
have.
yeah, I was like, I got paid. So yeah, that's why she's an absolute sweetheart.
Yeah.
And Evelyn and Corey, they're my search couple.
Oh.
Yeah, I speak
Interesting.
to them quite a bit.
Oh,
And it's a funny bunch,
interesting.
isn't it? It's a funny bunch.
Well, can you
Yes,
tell
it is.
Corey, remind Corey that he agreed to come on our podcast and then ghosted us. Please remind him.
Did he?
Yes.
Yes. Please
And look how
remind
sweet
him.
we are. Come on.
I will.
Yes. Tell him that we're sweet.
We're not even assholes.
No,
but
we're
tell
not
him
assholes at all.
I'm very disappointed
I
in
know.
him.
yeah.
No, so they're like,
He
they're like,
broke
that's
my
not
widow
home group.
heart.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I will speak to Corey.
You know what, John? I could talk to you all night, except I have to
You
pee,
gotta go,
and I have
and you gotta
ribs on
record
my
it.
smoker that are gonna
Oh,
burn
no.
to a crisp. And it is Independence from UK Day. Or
I know. Sorry for
England
keeping
Day.
you for so long and chewing your
No,
ear
we
off.
love talking to you.
We love talking to you.
I love talking to you, and I would love to do
Oh
this
yes,
again.
I would love to. Oh yes, definitely.
But remember, you said
Oh.
if we get Big Ed on, you're coming.
If
Yes.
you get Big Ed on, I will fucking be here. I will
Mary will
fucking
get
be
it.
here.
Mary
yes,
can get
I'll get 'em.
anyone.
I'll get him.
I can't because I can't even be fake to him.
I'll start stalking him tonight.
See, she'll do anything for publicity. No,
I'll
I'm
do
just
anything.
joking.
You know,
She's
that'd be
a
amazing. Sorry for
publicity
keeping
whore.
you. Yeah, sorry for keeping you. It's been really
No,
nice.
no,
so
no.
fun talking to you.
I've
It's been a
avoided
ball.
I've avoided, like, because the thing is, I think fans as soon as you start talking shit about people, they're like, oh, you're just fucking trying to get attention. And it's like, or they're just a dickhead. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm allowed to be a person who thinks they're a dickhead, but I
Right.
think I'm further enough away now that being able to just lay it all out there and just say, no, you are scum, and you are nice. And that's how I feel. So
Yeah.
that's the truth.
Well, I appreciate that. I love that about
Yes.
you. Anyway, we must stay in touch, and I hope we can have
Yes.
you on again. And I look forward to the day when you are the governor of New Mexico.
You know what,
Yes.
that'd be amazing.
Same
That'd be
here.
amazing.
I
I'll
will
get rid of those
contribute to
for-profit
your
prisons.
campaign fund.
Definitely
100%.
same here.
Yeah.
Good. 'Cause
And it
I'm
will
only
be
gonna have
the
small
He's Not a
donations.
Cunt campaign fund.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. I would
We'll
just
do
have
a whole
like,
campaign on the podcast.
I would just be like, are you sick of cunts running the show?
Yeah,
Vote for
right.
me.
There you go. There
Vote
you
for
go.
John Walters.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Okay,
sweetie.
ladies, I'll let you get
Well,
on.
Yeah, thank
having
you
me.
so much. And
Thank
let's stay in
you.
touch.
You got it.
Mm.
Bye.
Absolute pleasure, ladies.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.